Now is Greenville, South Carolina Mayor Knox White and Asheville, North Carolina Mayor Esther Manheimer. Thanks to both of you for being here. They both led communities that have been devastated by Hurricane Helene. Mayor White, let me start with you. You met with the president when he visited Greenville yesterday. He's continuing his visits today, as we just said. What did you hear from him about the federal government's response? Are you getting what you need from the federal government?
Well, the really good news was that the state officials, as well as, of course, the local officials in the region, have been working very well together, and with the federal assistance on top of that. So really starting when the winds just began to slow down, we had contact with the federal government as well as state officials, and it's been that way ever since.
And what type of aid have you received so far?
Well, FEMA's been here right on the spot, as you would hope, very granular. It's the way they work, and that's encouraging to see. But a lot of federal assistance and combined with local in terms of feeding programs, getting emergency assistance in terms of bottled water and things like that, all the things you would hope to see. And we've been able to use a lot of good public facilities in the area, such as our sports and entertainment arena, which has become kind of a one-stop shop for emergency services, medical attention for people there, as well as food services for volunteers. And it's been a good coordinated effort. Everybody sees that, or is very happy with that.
Mayor Manheimer, let me turn to you. Your state of North Carolina has been hit the hardest in terms of the number of deaths from this disaster, and we are so sorry about that loss of life. Are you getting what you need from the federal government?
Yeah, we are now seeing an incredible uptick of activity here in Asheville and Buncombe County and in our region. With all sorts of resources coming into the area. I just was meeting with part of our FEMA team that is here. We are seeing state resources. We have immediate needs for the folks that are living here, that are in a crisis situation. We don't have water to most of our community, and still many are without power. So we need basic necessities like water and food and personal items, cleaning items, those kinds of things. But we also have a military level crew size of folks that are here repairing our water system and trying to bring power back to all the homes and businesses and hospitals and buildings all throughout this area.
And I'll put this next question to both of you. Mayor Manheimer, you can start. How long do you anticipate the recovery efforts will take?
Well, the president announced yesterday that we will get 100% covered for the debris removal phase and for the cost of bringing in security personnel. We have all kinds of police departments that are helping us here, military, and so on and so forth, for the first 6 months. So if that gives you any idea how long just the phase of cleaning up and trying to begin the recovery and rebuilding piece of this.
Wow. Mayor White, is that about the time frame that you're looking at as well, 6 months to just start that process of recovery and getting things back to at least where they were?
No, we're in far better condition than Western North Carolina, and people here, we're very close geographically to Western North Carolina. We have friends and relatives there as well. Our hearts are really breaking for what we're seeing up there. Our damage is more wind-related damage. The number one issue right now is just get the power back on for everyone. We've cleared the streets, the intersections are back operating. We didn't lose vast, highways and roads and things like that. Ours is more trees on houses and the tragedy that you see in neighborhoods in our city. But the situation in Western North Carolina is just heartbreaking. And I want the mayor to know that today we had big activity at the regional airport here as people showed up and volunteers, helicopters, private planes, all heading up to Western North Carolina with supplies. And people came out by the hundreds here in Greenville, even though they have their own issues in their own neighborhood. Their eyes are very much on Western North Carolina as well.
And Mayor Manheimer, you've mentioned in recent interviews with NBC that the most pressing need after life-saving efforts, as you just said, is clean water. What do you think, are you getting what you need as it relates to getting clean water? And what can you tell residents in the area who are watching right now about that?
Yes, we are getting what we need, but I don't want anyone to think that this problem is solved. We are going to have a water outage that lasts weeks, not days. So we need to continue to receive those resources. And Mayor White, thank you and your community so much for your help that you're bringing here to Asheville. We are seeing help from around the country. I've never seen anything like this before. You can see trucks and vehicles and personnel from all over the nation coming in here to help us, because we're going to need a sustained we're going to just need a sustained assistance system here for us. Just getting water, food, and those things that people need to live their daily lives to some people is a challenge. Having to airlift into some areas that are still cut off because there's no road or there's no bridge. So that's still a situation we're under here. We are not out of crisis mode by any stretch of the imagination.
And this, again, for both of you, and Mayor Manheimer, I'll start with you. The fact that there could be more severe weather events throughout the course of hurricane season, are you prepared, and are you coordinating with the state and federal government for more aid?
Well, I'm going to be honest. Another major weather event is not something that is not something we can handle right now. So I don't know what else to say but to pray for that not to happen to us. We need more time to be able to recover and build back up our resilience to be able to withstand anything at this point. The only saving grace is that we have so many folks here helping our community that might get us through something like that.
Mayor White, Secretary Mayorkas said he was concerned that FEMA actually doesn't have enough resources. They are asking Congress for more money. How are you preparing and bracing for the possibility that hurricane season is just getting underway?
Don't even say that. It would be a double tragedy. And again, our basic infrastructure is in good shape here, thank goodness. Power needs to come back on. We need to work more in the neighborhoods to clear. We've already cleared most of the streets, but we have to help people in their houses and their neighborhoods, the trees and that kind of thing. But our infrastructure is in pretty good shape. But no, this region couldn't take any more water. Certainly Western North Carolina could not.
And the message to both of you, to lawmakers here in Washington, as you continue your cleanup efforts there, particularly you, Mayor Manheimer, what is the message in terms of making sure there is more aid for, and I don't mean in the near future, future events whenever they may happen?
Well, we are so appreciative that the president and our governor were able to fly over this whole region with me and look at the damage to understand the scale and scope of this damage. And our message is, don't forget about us. This is going to take a very long time to recover from. And I know the tendency is, for folks to move on to the next issue, because we're going to have, issues in our nation that continue to happen. But we need to make sure that we have the support we need for as long as it takes to recover. And that's exactly what the president said to me yesterday. And I know we're going to need it. And that is a comfort to us, to me, and to our community, knowing that we'll have that support into the future.
It's an incredibly powerful message. Don't forget us. Mayor White, final word, your message to the folks here in Washington.
Well, if there's any silver lining, I think in all of our areas, people have really risen to the occasion in a time in which people talk about deep divisions. I was in a neighborhood today in Greenville, trees on top of houses. The roads were barely passable. I know the lights were certainly not on. And I certainly was struck by one particular street where one side of the street had a Trump sign, the other side of the street had a Harris sign. I had to stop for a moment and look at that. I thought, okay, everybody's out there working together, at least now.
Everyone has to come together in moments like this. I hope you know our thoughts are with both of your communities, everyone impacted by Hurricane Helene. We really appreciate your joining us, and we will not forget about you. So thank you very much for taking your time, Mayor White and Mayor Manheimer. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And to help support the victims of Hurricane Helene as they begin the long journey that you just heard about to recovery, you can donate to the organizations on screen right now. And you can also find this information at NBCnews.com. You see it right there. Coming up, tensions in the Middle East continue to escalate as the U.S. and Israel plan retaliation against Iran, and Israel expands its offense against Lebanon. You're watching Meet the Press now.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.